Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to use an AI agent to automate e-commerce products description. So I am an owner of a skincare brand and I manage my online store with the help of Shopify. I create multiple products for my skincare brand in Shopify and I want to generate SEO-friendly content description for all the products. Now doing this manually is very time consuming. So for that, I have created an AI agent using Pabbly Connect. How this AI agent is going to work, I have created the record of all my product details in my Google Sheets. So as soon as I'm going to add the new details in my Google Sheets, automatically using the details of my product, a description for that product is going to be generated by my AI agent. And as the description is going to be generated, using the product details and the description, a product is going to be automatically created in my Shopify account using the same AI agent. So if you want to learn how to create this AI agent for yourself, for your business, then let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to use an AI agent to automate e-commerce product descriptions with Pabbly. So as an owner of a skincare brand, I constantly need to create compelling and SEO-friendly product descriptions to attract more customers. I use Google Sheets to organize my product details, including names, features, and specifications of my products. I use an AI agent to automatically generate engaging and optimized product description based on this data. Finally, I use Pabbly Connect to automate the process of creating this product and updating the description in my Shopify account as I use Shopify as my e-commerce platform, saving time and ensuring my listing are always up to date. And I'm going to create this amazing AI agent with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect/INR/. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides. From which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow here, I'm going to give it as AI Agent to Automate E-commerce Products Description. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. And for the folder, from the left side of the panel, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific one in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select AI Agent Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. You can see a workflow is created in the name of AI Agent to Automate E-commerce Product Descriptions. And you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One window is the trigger window and the other is the action window. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. As in my Google Sheets, I'm going to keep the record of my product details like the product name, pricing over here, stock amount, weight, all the details you can see right over here. I want that as soon as I'm going to add the data of a new product in this spreadsheet, automatically the trigger over here should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as Google Sheets. And the trigger event over here is going to be new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Now using this unique webhook URL, we are going to build a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, open a spreadsheet that you want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is my spreadsheet you can see right over here, and I want to connect the spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. For doing that, from this bar, go to extensions, go to add-ons and click on this get add-ons option right over here. This new window is then going to appear in front of you, and what you have to do is over here on the search bar, you have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. Okay, so I'm going to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here. As Pabbly Connect Webhooks is going to appear, you can see I've already installed it. If you have not installed this, please do install it so that you can build the connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect Webhooks. As I've already installed it, go back and refresh this spreadsheet from here. As you're going to refresh the spreadsheet, if you're going to go back to extensions, as you've installed Pabbly Connect Webhooks, you can see an option Pabbly Connect Webhooks. From this option, go to Initial Setup right over here. Then this dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the webhook URL and the trigger column. Now for the URL, what you have to do is you have to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us in the workflow. Trigger column says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So over here in the spreadsheet, if I'm going to go back, you can see I've created multiple columns, and last column is over here the description column, because over here the generated description and the status are going to be updated later. So this is the last column, and in this column the final data is going to be added, and as the last data is going to be added, the whole row's data is going to be forwarded to Pabbly Connect. Now for that, I'm going to go back to this initial setup option right over here. And for the trigger column, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it as column L. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as column L right over here. Okay. Then I'm going to click on this submit button right here. As I've done that, it says setup configured successfully. As it says that, I'm going to go back. Now the steps that I'm going to tell you right now are very important, so please do not forget to follow them. Go back to extensions and Pabbly Connect Webhooks. From this panel, go to the send ornament and select this feature right over here. With the help of this amazing feature, whenever you're going to add the data of a new product in the spreadsheet, this spreadsheet is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect as you're going to click on this function. As I've done that, you can see a tick mark is in front of it. That means now this function has now been successfully working. As now the setup between the spreadsheet and Pabbly Connect is done, you can see that in the workflow it says waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect is successful or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the data of a new product in this spreadsheet right over here. And after filling all the required details, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the details that I have added in our spreadsheet or not. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter all the product details right over here in this spreadsheet. As you can see that I've filled in all the required details. Let us tally the details. The name is Hydrating Face Serum. Cost price is $250. Product pricing is $1,900. Compared price is $2,500. Product stock is $500. Weight is 750. Unit is gram. If I'm going to further scroll down, category is personal care. This is the feature. You can see this is the entire feature that I've written. These are the benefits that I've written right over here. And these are the keywords with the help of which the description is going to be generated. And what is the length of the description? I want it as medium. Okay. So as I've filled in all the required details right over here, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the product details over here in our trigger. Weight unit is gram. Over here, if I'm going to further scroll down, you can see the weight is 750, stock is 500, the pricing is 1900. This is the name, that is Hydrating Face Serum. These are the keywords over here. This is the specifications and the features. The description length is medium. The cost per price is 250. This is the compared price, that is 2500. The category is personal care, and these are the benefits right over here. So as the response has been successfully captured over here in our trigger, this means that Google Sheets has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. As now we have the product details, now using these details, we are going to generate a description using an AI agent. Over here, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select as OpenAI. As I'm using OpenAI as an AI agent in my business, in place of this, you can also use Google Gemini or other AI agents as well. Okay. After that, it is asking for the action event. For that, I'm going to select as ChatGPT. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you already have. After that, it is asking for the token, and using this token, we are going to build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. In order to generate a token, go to this hyperlink given here below in the help desk right here. As you're going to land on this hyperlink, you can see the API keys page of your OpenAI account is going to appear in front of you. And to generate a new token, go to this create new secret key button right here. This dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the name of the key. You can give the name here. It is asking for the project. You can select the project, and for the permissions, I'm going to select as all. After you are going to fill in all the required details and click on this create secret key button, automatically a token is going to be generated right here. Copy that token from here and paste that token in this field right over here. I've already created a connection, so I'm going to select the existing one and then I'm going to click on this save button. After doing that, it is asking for me to select the AI model. With the help of which model are we generating the description? For the AI model, I am going to select over here as GPT-4o Mini. If you want, you can select other AI models according to your requirement. So this is my AI model. I've selected it. After that, it is asking for the prompt. Prompt is the text with the help of which this AI agent is going to generate the content according to our requirement. I want to generate the product's description. So over here for the prompt, I'm going to enter specific details with the help of which this AI agent is going to generate the product description according to my requirement. Specify all the things that you need in your description and you do not require as well in this prompt. You have to write the prompt according to what all you need in the description that you are generating with the help of this AI. Okay, so for the prompt over here for myself, I'm going to write over here as... So this is the description. You can see the prompt right over here. It says, I own a skincare brand and sell products on my Shopify store. One of my product is the product name and I want to create a clear SEO-friendly description to attract more customers. Here are the product details, categories right over here, feature specification, benefits, keywords, description length. Please generate a clear, engaging SEO optimized product description based on the information. Okay, you can see right over here, this is the prompt. I also want to add one thing. I don't require the sign, so I'm going to write it over here as... So I've also included, and I want you to not include any signs like hashtag or double star and just give the description. So this is the prompt with the help of which this AI agent is going to generate the things that I want. Okay. So firstly over here you can see there are certain fields that I've created in this prompt right over here. Okay. And according to these fields, that is, you can see there's a product name, categories, features, specifications, benefits, keywords, and the length. Okay. Now for the data of this field, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that firstly it is asking for the product name. So I'm going to select this field. As I'm going to select it, the previous step is going to appear in front of you. As I'm going to click on it, this is the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the product name. We have received the product name. You can see right over here. So for the data of this field of product name, I'm going to select the data of the product name from my previous response, as I want to create the product description of this product right over here. Okay, so as I've selected the data from the previous response, you can see this data is mapped, and as I've mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Okay, similarly over here for the category, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data of the category right over here. This is the category. It is asking for the features and the specifications, so I'm going to map the data of the features and specifications. It is asking for the benefits. Similarly over here I'm going to map the data of the benefits right over here. After that, it is asking for the keywords. So with the keywords also, I've received the keywords. I'm going to map the data, and the description length is also mentioned right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data of the description length right here. Okay, so as I've filled in all the required details in this prompt, after that I'm going to click on the save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, you can see over here we have received the response. In the response, we have received the message content, that is the content generated by our AI agent. And you can see over here, this is the description that has been generated by our AI agent, that is, revitalize the skincare routine with our hydrating face serum, a powerful formula designed for all skin types, including sensitive skin. You can see the description of the product has now been successfully created right over here. As now this description is successfully created by our AI agent, now what we are going to do is, now with the help of the product details that we have entered in the spreadsheet and the description that is generated by our AI agent, we are going to create a new product in our Shopify store. Now for that, we're going to add another action step to this workflow. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select over here as Shopify Legacy right here. And the action event over here is going to be create product right over here. Okay, with the help of this action event, a new product is going to be created. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. This window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you already have. After that, it is asking for the access token and the subdomain. So firstly, for the subdomain, log into your Shopify account. After logging into your Shopify account, on the left side of the panel, it says online store. I'm going to click on this preview button of the online store right over here, as your store is going to be opened in this URL between the https and .myshopify.com. This is the subdomain. I'm going to copy this subdomain from here, and I'm going to paste this subdomain in the subdomain field right over here. Okay, so this is the subdomain. After that, it is asking for the API access token. So how we're going to have this access token? For that, log into your Shopify account. As you go to log into your account, from the left side of the panel, go to settings option right here. As you go to land towards the settings option of your Shopify account, from the panel over here, go to apps and sales channel right over here. As you go to open apps and sales channel, over here it says develop apps, click on it. And now we're going to create a new app in our Shopify account. And with the help of that app, we are going to get the token that Pabbly Connect is asking for. For that, click on this create an app button as we're going to create a new app. It is asking for the app name. So for the app name over here, I'm going to write it as new product created. Okay, this is the app name. I'm going to click on this create app button right over here. Okay. As we're going to do that, now what we're going to do is we are going to configure some API scopes in this app right over here. We're going to give some permissions. For that, I'm going to click on this configure admin API scopes button right over here. As we're going to do that over here, this admin API access scopes is going to appear in front of you and we are going to give some access right over here. In the filter over here, I'm going to search for products right over here. Okay, and as I'm going to do that, you can see this products is going to appear in front of you. I'm going to give some permissions to this right over here, and I'm also going to give the permission to this publications right over here. Okay, so as I've done that, after giving the scopes over here, I'm going to save the changes that I have created. Okay, as I've done that, now I'm going to go to the overview over here, and as I'm going to do that, now as all the scopes and permissions are been given, I am going to install this application in my Shopify store. For that, click on this install app button right over here, and I'm going to install the application. As now you can see, as the app has been installed, automatically the admin API access token is going to appear in front of you. Reveal the token over here, copy this from here, and what you have to do is we have to paste this token right over here. Okay, so this is the token. Now I'm going to click on the save button to create the connection. As you can see that Shopify is connected to Pabbly Connect. After connecting, it is asking for the product title. For the product title, I'm going to map the data of the name of my product right over here. So this is the name. I'm going to map the data. Product type over here is going to be the category that I've selected. This is the category. I'm going to map the data of the product category. Status, I'm going to create a draft product right over here so that later I can make some changes if I want. And with that also, I can upload the image of this product right here. So I'm going to create the product with the status as draft right here. Okay. It is asking for the vendor. I do not have the vendor, so I'm going to skip the part. It is asking for the product description. The description is going to be the description that is generated by our AI agent right here. Okay. After that, over here, it is asking for the tags. If you require the field for the tags, you can enter the data. I do not require them, so I'm going to skip the part. Is published, I'm going to select as false. We are not publishing this product right over here. We are creating the draft. Published at, if you are going to select the publish over here as true, you have to enter the time over here of the publish at according to the format of the timing right over here. Okay. Published scope, if you want, you can enter the published scope also according to your requirement. Handle, I don't require any handle, so I'm going to skip the part. After that, it is asking for line item option name. I don't have that, so I'm going to skip the part. It is asking for the price. For the price, I have the price over here. So this is the product pricing. I'm going to select it. Okay. It is asking for the option 1, I don't want that, so I'm going to skip the part. Also 2, I do not want that, so I'm going to skip the part. 3, I don't want that, so I'm going to skip the part. Compare it price, I have the compare it price right over here. So I'm going to map the data of the compare it price right here. After that, it is asking for the inventory quantity. I have the quantity right over here, so I'm going to map the data of the stock that I have right here. Okay. It is asking for the policy. I have none, so I'm going to select as none. For the variant, I don't have that, so I'm going to skip the part. Okay. It is asking for the weight unit. I want to enter the weight unit that I have created a record of in this spreadsheet right over here. Okay. So over here for entering, for mapping the data, I'm going to toggle this map button on right over here. Erase this existing data from this field right over here. And for the weight unit, I have the weight unit right here. So I'm going to map the data of this weight unit right over here. This is the weight. I'm going to map the data of the weight also right here. Okay. It is asking for is line item variant is taxable. I'm going to select as true right here. It is asking for the position, which I do not want. So I'm going to skip the part. I don't have the image URL, so I'm going to skip the part as well. If you want, you can also enter the image URL right over here. For that, create the record of the image URL in the spreadsheet and automatically map the data of that URL right here. Okay. After that, it is asking for the global title and the global description tag. I don't require them, so I'm going to skip the part, and simply I'm going to click on the save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, we have received the product ID, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Shopify store. So this is my Shopify store, and yes, you can see right over here a new product has been added in my Shopify store. Okay, the name is hydrating face serum. You can see right over here. This is the description that was generated by our AI agent is right over here. You can make the changes also as this is a draft status product right over here. If I'm going to further scroll down, you can see automatically the pricing is 1900 and this is the compared to price is 2500. Okay. Over here, if I'm going to further scroll down, you can see the weight is 750 gram. You can see right over here. Okay. With all the other details. So as now the description and the product has been created in my Shopify store, over here my objective is that as soon as it is going to be done, I also want to update the product description over here with the status of the product being created or not right over here in this spreadsheet. Now for that, we're going to add another action step to this workflow. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to again select it as Google Sheets. And the action event over here is going to be update row right here, as we're going to update the value with the details right here. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you on which you can select the existing connection, but I'm going to add a new connection. Then I'm going to click on this sign in with Google button right here. This window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the permission of one of these accounts. In which account are we updating the spreadsheet? So this is the account. I'm going to select this account from the options. As I've done that, it is asking for the permission for this account. For that, I'm going to click on this allow button. As this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on this allow button right here. As I've done that, you can see I have successfully authorized Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing for the spreadsheet over here, I'm going to select as products description because this is a spreadsheet that I've created. After that, it is asking for the sheet, which I'm going to select as sheet 1. For the row index, I'm going to map the data of the row index data I've received in this step right over here. It is asking for all these details. Do I want to update them? No, I want to just update the description right over here. This is a generated description. I'm going to map the data of the generated description right over here. And for the status over here, I'm going to write over here as product created. Okay, so this is the status. Okay, so as the product is going to be created, the status is going to update as product created. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. And as we have done that, we have received a response, which is a positive response. If I'm going to open my spreadsheet, yes, you can see over here, the description is also updated in the spreadsheet right over here and the status is product created. Okay. So as you can see that automatically the description and the status has also been updated. This means our AI agent that we have created with Pabbly Connect is successfully working. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a skincare brand and I manage my e-commerce store with the help of Shopify. I create multiple products in my e-commerce store, that is Shopify, and creating descriptions for them was very time consuming manually. Okay, for that I've created this AI agent. Trigger is Google Sheets new or updated spreadsheet row. As I'm going to enter the details of the product description and the details of the product in the spreadsheet, the trigger is going to capture the response of that. And using this details, using this action step, that is OpenAI ChatGPT, and AI agent is going to generate the description of the product that we have entered in our spreadsheet. Okay. And as a description is going to be generated, automatically a new product is going to be created in my Shopify account using this action step, that is Shopify Legacy Create Product. And as the product is going to be created, I want to update my spreadsheet with this generated description and the status of the product being created in my Google Sheets. For updating, I've selected the action step as Google Sheets update row. And in this manner, I have created this AI agent to automate the e-commerce products descriptions with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.